The Pokemon trading card game is absolutely exploding on the secondary market. And yes, while we're in a position where all TCGs seem to be going up, 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 we are a far cry, a long way away from when, well, sets like this would drop and there was just no value in the box, and frankly, people weren't chasing after it like they are right now. But I want to explore what's actually going on. We have a Pokemon set that's very popular, that's doing something that we have not seen from any other trading card game in recent history. And yes, we are going to use data collected by us here at Hometown TCG and pumped into the engine that is Cardboard Finance to evaluate what is going on with this market. Is it going to continue, and when is the right time to buy the latest set? So join us today for a fun adventure into a new TCG market. And if you like videos like this, make sure you click the subscribe button down there, because for a small channel like mine, every click of that button helps more than you can possibly imagine. All right, let's talk some Pokemon. So we mentioned that we collect sales data. For those that might be new to the channel, what we do here is we collect every single sold listing from major trading card game releases, and we pump it into cardboardfinance.com, an engine where we can store all of this information and use it to evaluate sets both in the short and the long term. Because as someone who's a big trading card game fan and has a basement full of the stuff that I love, I like to know what's going on, and that project is supported completely by the channel members here. There's a channel membership button down below. It helps me pay the server costs, so click that button if you want to support and get to know some more. But without further ado, let's head over to cardboardfinance.com, and I want to take a look at the most recent Pokemon set. We do want to talk about the fact that this product is doing extremely well. We're not just in a hyperbolic chamber saying that, hey, Pokemon's popping off and it's the greatest thing ever. No, this set itself is doing extremely well in the secondary market, and the biggest piece of evidence of that is the booster box. We see the booster box for Surging Sparks, the latest release, holding at a steady $154 for an average sale price in the month of November. And why is this special? Pokemon product being $154 is not completely unknown or unheard of, but most of the time, when a Pokemon set comes out, the product is so readily and widely available that, well, the price goes down. People have channels, they have people to get this product from, and with it being on the shelves of almost every single major retailer, your Targets, your Walmarts, etc., we see the price of this product stabilize at a much lower rate most of the time. But Surging Sparks seems to be an exception, and an exception in the best way. This product contains almost everything you want to see from a Pokemon set. It's got popular cards, it's got popular Pokemon that people want to chase down, it's got massive and major hits, and tons of cards that pay for the pack that you open. Yes, I know it's crazy to think, but Pokemon players like me, Pokemon fans like me, like value in their packs, and you get a lot of that here. You couple that with the fact that these Pokemon products that we are going to look into today don't just have value and numbers in the pack, but they have collectible characters that we can relate to. A Pikachu being the card in Surging Sparks that is the big chase, and several Pikachus in different alternate arts are a big way that these sets hold a lot of their value. But that's not always the case, and as we head back over to Cardboard Finance, I want to show you that it's not always just sunshine and rainbow, even for sets that do extremely well on the secondary market. Stellar Crown, as an example, is a set that continues to sell extremely well, but doesn't really have the top end of the top end. And even without that, while the box sales are extremely high, we see that there is the more normalized booster box behavior that we've come to know from the Pokemon trading card game, with an average box price of about $100 over the course of the product's lifetime. This is what we are used to seeing, and this by no means means that this set is a bad set or nobody likes it. Heck, we take a look at the number of products sold on TCG Player, this is performing as any other Pokemon set would. And so while we are experiencing this pumping market, this craze with Surging Sparks in the secondary market, it is selling more like a normal Pokemon set. There's just more profit to be made in the boxes. But what does that mean long term for comparing these two? And before I get into a Pokemon set that's doing something that I have never seen from a trading card game before, I do want to talk about the fact that these two sets, while they are very far apart in value and in their lifespan right now, they are much closer in how I believe they will age in the long term. Now, Pokemon benefits from a rising trading card game market, in my opinion, better than any other trading card game on that market. That's right, even better than Magic the Gathering. And the couple reasons that I believe Pokemon fares better in the good seas of a positive trading card game market, if you will, is definitely because of what Pokemon does better than anyone else, and that is the connection to the cards that you are opening. The Pokemon IP and the Pokemon collectability is unlike almost any other trading card game we've ever seen. The closest that comes to mind is, New Lorcana breaking into that Disney space, but it's so new it can't even really compare, and Vintage Magic, something that has since gone by the wayside because, frankly, it's 30 years old. New Pokemon maintains a collectability that we don't see across the board, and this helps the product hold at least some interest with its community, with Pokemon collectors, with people who love to, put the cards in their binder and show them off at various collection shows, trade shows, their local trade night, whatever it might be. Pokemon excels here, and this is a beautiful, beautiful thing. The other thing it does is it understands its audience more than anyone else. It knows that, most of these people are out here to collect. We're not really, yes, people play Pokemon. Okay, Pokemon lovers, don't hate me, but it's not the most played trading card game in the known universe. And for this reason, cheaper boxes to get cheaper collectibles is not often the end of the world. In fact, it's more of just an accepted reality. These game stores and people selling online, and you accept if you're not selling the Pokemon box or the product in person, you are selling it at, closer to break even. You just kind of move on for the next thing. And because of this love, this connection, this nostalgia, products like this that were down bad, if you would say, for the longest time, really have a strong opportunity to have a resurgence. The fans that were around at that time realize, oh man, I wish I would have had some more of that. I want to relive some of those days, and they pay a premium to do so. And because of this, Pokemon product ages extremely well. And as this product ages well, it has an opportunity to do something that I have never seen before, and that is the 151 sales graph. If you stuck around this long into this video, first of all, let me know in the comment section below. Second of all, this is a sales graph unlike anything I have seen across trading card games. This is banana pants. This is bonkers. What this graph represents is the total number of sealed boxes that sold through TCG Player in a given month. And frankly, not to toot our horn here at Hometown TCG too much, but this is the beauty of this project. The fact that we have this data and can constantly look into it and look back as to what the world really was at a given time when it comes to our favorite cardboard. This graph right here is normal. Until about May of 2024. The life cycle of a TCG to come out, to release, and get less interest. People buy less of it and less of it, but it keeps selling, is normal. This is how a TCG works. After May, when we start going back up, this is not how a TCG works. This is unprecedented. I have never seen anything like this in trading card games before. The fact that this product has a resurgence and is selling more boxes now than it was 4 months ago, 5 months ago, which would have been 6 months post its initial release, is insanity. This represents that pull. This represents that nostalgia, that love, that tie to something that is the Pokemon trading card game. And a reason why, a major factor in why Pokemon just rises higher than most other TCGs in a positive market. Now, I will say, I will be a little bit negative here before we leave the video, so again, no hate here, but without the gameplay aspect, it's also a good reason as to why Pokemon sealed, especially sealed product, hits the hardest in a bad TCG market. The reason that there's only one purpose to open these boxes. You're not getting game pieces or whatever it is and adding them into decks and focus on playing. And yes, I know some people play Pokemon, but just stick with me on this. If you don't believe that the overwhelming majority of the Pokemon community does not play, they are big-time collectors, and that's what they do, and that's a wonderful way to engage with the game. I don't know. It's a long conversation we're going to have, but I digress. This factor, this lack of, gameplay, putting pieces into decks and having that foundation makes the Pokemon product that, happens to go up or down, probably go down a little bit harder than most other TCGs, save something like Magic the Gathering when you're in the overprinting Amazon dump era, some outside factor like that. But all in all, the Pokemon market is popping off right now. I don't think, in my opinion, it's the best time to buy. Now, I want to stress, none of this is financial advice. This is just nerd data that we collect here on the channel and we talk about a lot. None of this is financial advice. Do not make any big financial moves based on this information. This is just stuff that I like to talk about when I'm in my basement and, things that I and my Discord notice. In fact, I'll put a link to the Discord down below if you see this video and you want to join. All in all, I'm excited. I think things are going to normalize a bit, but with that Team Rocket set coming out next year and the hype just at an all-time high, it might be some time. So when you watch this video, let me know how the Pokemon market is going. Thank you for hanging out. And if you haven't yet, I think YouTube is going to suggest you a video over here to click on because, it's a computer and it knows everything. So, hey, maybe give it a shot. Thanks so much for hanging out. Until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh, and we'll see you around. All right, bye-bye.